The US President Donald Trump says he'll deploy federal agents to more American cities to help combat rising crime. That's despite widespread outrage over the tactics being used by Department of Homeland Security officers already on the ground in Portland, Oregon. Well, Mr. Trump is running for re-election on a law and order platform, but his critics say this latest announcement is a bid to distract from his failed leadership on the coronavirus pandemic. Evelyn Laverick has more.
Chicago. Police investigate a shooting outside a funeral parlor which left 14 people wounded. It's the latest urban violence which President Trump says is out of control, and he's sending in more federal agents under a law and order push.
This rampage of violence shocks the conscience of our nation, and we will not stand by and watch it happen. Can't do that. The citizens of Chicago are citizens of America, and they have the same right as every other American to live in safety, dignity, and peace.
Trump has already sent in federal officers to Portland, Oregon, due to nightly anti-racism protests. But local officials there say they've only raised tensions. Chicago and two other Democratic-run cities are now being targeted as the Republican president appears to be setting himself up for his re-election bid.
We want to make law enforcement stronger, not weaker. What cities are doing is absolute insanity. Many of the same politicians who want to slash resources for law enforcement have also declared that their cities are sanctuaries for criminal illegal aliens.
Crime began surging in some cities when stay-at-home orders lifted. Experts say it's down to a combination of thousands of COVID-19 related deaths, racial tensions and unemployment. Evelyn Laverick, Euronews.
Well, the Chicago Mayor, Lori Lightfoot, said she's received assurances that residents won't be arrested or detained without cause.
While we all understand that having additional federal resources can be a value add, they're not a value add if they're nameless agents riding around in vans, pulling people off the street, depriving them of their constitutional rights. That is not what a democracy looks like.
Well, as tensions continue to flare between protesters and federal agents in Portland, a group of women have joined forces to protect demonstrators. Known as the Wall of Moms, they form a human chain around civilians to stop them being arrested or harmed by law enforcement officers. Well, Joselyn Merrill is one of their members, and she joins me now live from Portland, Oregon. Well, thanks for taking time to speak to us here on the programme. What's prompted you to take to the streets?
Good morning. We here in Portland, we are moms that know that Black women, Black men, and Black children have lived in fear for so long, and we're just here to amplify their voice. We want to make sure that they know that in this community, we stand behind them.
Well, the president's made various claims about crime, a crime spree in your city. What have you personally seen?
You know, in Portland, we are not a community of criminals. We are not a community of thugs. We are not a community of any of the derogatory terms that our current administration is using to justify the federal agents coming to our city. We are a community of moms, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents that are coming together to stand behind Black lives.
Yeah. Well, you've just produced a list there, which sounds like many other cities across the United States, if not beyond. But, you know, what makes Portland different? Why do you think so many people are continuing these protests?
I don't know that Portland is different from a lot of other cities across the country that are coming together. In Portland, we came together with another organization here locally and started to participate, to lend our bodies as a barrier to defend the rights of the people that are doing the work on the ground. And what we're finding is that moms all across the country, and not just moms, dads and grandparents joining in, are all coming together because we all understand that our communities need to stand together. When we all come together, we are unstoppable.
So what do you think of the president's move to deploy federal agents into Portland?
I don't know who the president listens to or what his justification is. I can tell you that as a mom and also as an Air Force veteran, I find it completely outrageous for all of us who at one point signed on the dotted line and took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States. Never in a million years do you think that this is going to happen in U.S. soil, ever.
Joselyn Merrill, thank you for sharing your thoughts there, one of the members of Wall of Mums.